Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Ball teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway in prime time on Thursday Night Football. This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Collins there to grab it. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You know what I like about that kick? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Stroud. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Titans have it as he records the first interception of his young career. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 38. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Running behind center with Harris. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Here's a give up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Milton now. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them.
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. Caught beyond the marker. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, I think we can all agree, partner, that call came at the perfect time to fool them. Or in this case, catch him totally off guard and take it in for a touchdown.
And that really is saying something, because you know that sidelines is screaming, watch the fake, got to be ready for it, no matter what the situation is. So to beat him for 6 on the fake, well, it shows 2 things: how well it was disguised, and more importantly, how well it was executed.
Return starts from the goal line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets this to Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. give him 32 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
Flash, flash, flash. Hey.
First down, Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Here we go.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Hey.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10 now. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Completed to his running back. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. From the red zone now. Forced out to his right. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's got it! And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative when the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd down, Mixon gets it. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Return starts at the 3. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Plowing up the middle. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Man in motion here. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now Milton to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
That punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. They're set up at the 35 now.
Oh, hey.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He finds Johnson. He spins right by him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up a Houston first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to push this down to the 12. He gets him 7 yards, and that brings an end to our first quarter. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-6 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. The throw is caught. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Shotgun now for Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans take a second quarter lead. Nico Collins with the touchdown. And it's another miss. His second extra point that's been off the mark. So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
18 run. Milton. Coleman with the grab. And he gets him around 6 there. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 4. Finds his target, Mason. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And he gets the handoff. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
To throw, Milton. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Titans will have a first down. Back now, pressure on its way. Has him running the comeback. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now, Milton. Mason there to haul it in. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Mason does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards. Working quickly here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to 4th and goal. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. Only a 20-yarder here.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Here's a return from the 7. And he's out a little short of the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
From the gun, Stroud. And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
On the quick, right?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Stroud. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Titans take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. There's a handoff up the gut. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. One of the tight ends motioning right. They give it to him again. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Let's go now. Hey, check that. 3, go.
Harris will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Titans in the hurry up, trying to get this play off fast. A tight end in motion now. Trying it again with Harris. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now, here's third and goal. They'll run with Harris. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just a yard on the run, and we've reached the end of our first half. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Milton now. Able to hit Mason, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Milton back to throw. Connection made to Coleman. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Bryce Huff in on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
The give here on second. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. They send a man in motion. 3rd and long for him here. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Titans will have a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Milton. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Milton to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. This will not connect. Not enough leg, and too far left as well. And instead of taking a 1-point lead, they trail by 2.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Keeping it with Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
4th down, and on comes the former All-Pro Jake Bailey to punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Back to throw. Here's Milton. He'll get this to Tucker. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Offense in the hurry up here. Running back sent in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Texans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense. kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
The tip definitely broke up that throw. And now they face second down.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Already.
It's Mixon on second down. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. And he gets this one to go after a couple of misses already in this game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's taken in by Tucker. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game. But boy, Brock, what a shot. Second and 1. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. Milton. Finds him on the slant. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. They go play action here. Caught by the open man. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Titans cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
All right.
Now begin with a run by Mixon. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Nixon on the counter. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Robbie.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He finds Johnson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Tony.
Looking to throw, Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air, Stroud. They did it! He made the interception! And the Titans have some new life in the 4th.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 48. Mason there to haul it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Tight end gets it running forward. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 35 on 2nd down. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Headed out right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. His kick is thrifty, and it's no good. Just couldn't get it inside of that left upright. And instead of taking a 1-point lead, they trail by 2. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
All right.
A handoff for Mixon, running right. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Let's go.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On the quick, right?
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Simple dive up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
I think that time the defense was thinking a run play was going to come at them, right? Actually, most of us probably thought that was the right call. Still, wasn't a problem for them to adapt and get into coverage and force now a 4th down.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Looking to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. The right call came in at the right time. Give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games.
All
Football
right.
coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
They did it! He made the interception! And the Titans have some new life in the fourth!
4 picks, 1 game, yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental gain, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Offense up to the line fast. Trying again following the sack. Completed to his running back. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Titans in the hurry up, trying to get this play off fast. Here he is to throw. That's complete to Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Back to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Texans make the play that should win them this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And he's brought down for a loss. Tennessee calling its second timeout now, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game. Not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Let's see what they went with on third down.
Here we go. Buggy.
He'll look to throw it. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Picked by Derek Forrest. And the Titans have some new life in the fourth. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Setting up to pass. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this steep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Kamari Lassiter with the pick.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Alright.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the Texans. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.